Urijah Faber versus Ricky Simone takes place this weekend at UFC Fight Night 155 Sacramento. It's a good fight, okay? But I've told this time and time again. I said it when Cain Velasquez was coming back to face Francis Ngannou after 2 years nearly. Okay? I've said it time and time again. The game changes while you are gone. I hear a lot of people making these arguments. Who would win? Whittaker now or Anderson Silva in his prime? It's a completely different landscape. Any one of those arguments where you say, this guy in their prime or this guy now, it's always this guy now is the correct answer. Okay? Because the game changes so much and you only look as good as your level of competition. And back in the days of the old timers, okay, like in Anderson Silva's prime, the level of competition was very, very low. Okay, so he could get away with things that he wouldn't get away with nowadays. However, Urijah Faber is a very good fighter, but he's also 40 years old. He also trains at Team Alpha Male, so he doesn't learn from his losses, and he's had 10 of them. And he doesn't learn from them because he's at Team Alpha Male. He puts it down to, and I've said this about Team Alpha Male, Cody Garbrandt needs to leave that fucking gym. Everyone needs to jump shit from that gym, because Team Alpha Male's mentality when they lose is not, I can do this better. I see that mistake that I made, I'll work on that. It's, wasn't my night. He's the man tonight. You know, I just didn't perform the way I know I could. There's no fucking acknowledgement and self-diagnosis for the reason you lost a fight. And for Urijah Faber, he's come with the same style every time he fights. You got to give it to him. It works. He does work. But, you know, you're talking his last win, I think, was against Brad Pickett, who, again, is another guy that is retired now. You know, before that, he lost to Jimmy Rivera. Ricky Simone is a fucking savage. Forget everything about Urijah Faber right now. Ricky Simone is a fucking savage. I love this guy. Okay? He's a savage. He's a fucking elite wrestler. He doesn't get held down. He had a fucking... Merab, to me, Merab Divlashi is one of the all-time... Like, he is one of the guys to look out for at bantamweight. Okay? And he had a fight with Brad Katona last and completely dominated him over every round. Out-wrestled him. And Ricky Simone didn't let that run. Okay, and actually managed to get the submission in the very last seconds of the round, if you remember that fight. Ricky Simone, I'm telling you guys, he's the next big thing, in my opinion. He trains at Chael Sonnen's gym. I like his fucking mindset. He doesn't talk up. You know, he doesn't shit talk. He just fucking gets in there, puts on the show. And I feel like Urijah Faber, you're coming back. I feel like he thinks this is a stepping stone to get back into the mix. The division changes, man. The division changes. Like, it just has. You know, Dominic Cruz, the guy you beat, like, obviously he hasn't been fighting, but Cody Garbrandt, the next era, comes up and beats Dominic Cruz, and Dominic Cruz sinks back down the rankings. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it is. There's waves of people that come in, and eventually those veterans just get flushed out unless you're at light heavyweight, in which case they stay around and keep beating chumps. You know what I'm saying? Urijah Faber's in for a rude awakening, I think. I don't think there's going to be a finish in this fight. Urijah Faber has been KO'd 3 times in his career, if I'm remembering correctly. He's been TKO'd 3 times in his career. And I feel like he's going to get the 4th one, perhaps, tonight against Ricky Simone. If not, I feel like Ricky Simone's going to get the finish in the 3rd round. But if not, I think he's going to dominate every round, completely out-wrestle Urijah Faber, because, hey, doesn't matter how good Urijah Faber is at wrestling, he's 40 years old, and Ricky Simone is 26, and he's a new guy. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't matter how good you are. If you're facing youth, you've got to be so much better than the guy to beat them. Okay, when you're 40 years old, the body don't move the same. Unless you're Yoel Romero, apparently. It's rough times for Urijah Faber, and also, I don't like what I'm hearing. I can't invest a prediction into Urijah Faber. He's given me no signs. If Urijah Faber came back in, and I said this, if Urijah Faber came back in and said, I've never left the gym, I knew I was coming back, and I just wanted to get my mind right and focus and then make another run at the title when I've been training and involved in my game this whole time, I would probably put a prediction on him. As an underdog, I probably would. Okay? But the fucking mindset that he's come back with, and the stuff that he said in his interviews that I've been watching, it gives me I can't put faith in that. I really can't put faith in his words. Ricky Simone, his interviews, I'm going to be the next world champion. This is my life. I've worked my entire life for this. This is my big opportunity. Okay? That's what I want to hear. I don't like what Urijah Faber's saying, which is, he had an interview with Dan Hardy when he said, yeah, you know, I got some business ventures going on, and I'm having trouble, like, funding some money for this big business idea I have, and I thought, you know, what better way than to fight? Like, that's not what I want to hear, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're just coming back for a cash grab, it doesn't work out, man. That doesn't work out for me, and I can't put my money on you. I can't predict you. I can't put my livelihood and my respect levels on the line. I just can't do it. You know what I'm saying? I just, like, Urijah Faber, he's talking about how, like, he hasn't even been in the gym. You know, he's been running his gym, and also he has so many responsibilities. A lot of guys, when they retire, they sort of drift off into doing nothing but meet and greets. Okay, but Urijah Faber has so many responsibilities. He has a camp to run. You know what I'm saying? You think he's going to be able to go, oh yeah, massive super gym? Run yourself for about 8 weeks, I'm going to need to train. Doesn't work like that. You've still got all the responsibilities, and he's not going to be able to train as hard as he should. And he's not going to come back in as good enough shape. And I think he's actually, even though he has great cardio, I think Ricky Simone's going to put the pace on him and maybe break him in the 3rd round. It's going to be tough to watch because it'll be in Sacramento, and Urijah Faber's the California kid, so it's in his hometown. He should really be the main event, if I'm honest with you. But, you know, 2019, females, so their main event for some reason. But yeah, Urijah Faber should really be the main event, and it's the people's main event, really. But I just think he's going to lose. Ricky Simone's just a different thing. You know what I'm saying? There's just different waves. The division changes when you're gone. The times change. And when you're saying you're coming back for a quick cash grab, you know, I can't. And when you're not saying that you've been devoted to your craft, and you're just, like, he hasn't even been training that hard. He looks like he's ballooned up a little bit since his retirement. Obviously, he's still staying in decent shape, but I can't, man. 3 years off nearly. Don't work out like that. And I want Urijah Faber to win. Trust me. I'm a big Urijah Faber fan. If of all the people, normally when Conor McGregor goes against someone, he makes them look bad. And then there's this effect where people are less inclined to be their fan after Conor McGregor beats them. You know, Jose Aldo looked like an idiot against Conor McGregor. Chad Mendes looked like an idiot, and he made Chad Mendes look like an idiot. You know what I'm saying? Eddie Alvarez got fucking punked, and everyone booed him wherever he went. You know what I'm saying? There's just certain guys, like Nate Diaz handles it well, and now Nate Diaz has got a huge fan base. If you handle the McGregor shit talk well, it rubs off. Urijah Faber handled it well. He got himself a fan base, even if he didn't already have one. He increased his fan base. There's a video going around of him and McGregor being best friends. I like Urijah Faber. I can't. I got to listen to his words. I got to listen to the fact that he's not coming back to make a run at the title. He's coming back for a cash grab. Like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Click that. Goodbye.